Well, to start off this video pretty strongly, we have a featured meme for one of my dear old friends, Bone from Discord. As you can see, it's based off my rant in the Sentinel Toys Miles Morales review when I was talking about how much I hate putting hoods on Spider-Man characters. Fun fact, I've known this man for years during my days on when Google Plus was still a thing. Yeah, I've probably made you feel old mentioning that now. We both have Spider-Teen OCs, but he has evolved his drastically different from how I evolved mine. Do you want to have your meme featured in the beginning of a video? Well, join my Discord server where the link will be in the description below. Listen, I know I said I was going to do a game review next, but that kind of got put on hold. But for now you get... Hello everybody, it's me, your friendly neighborhood, and if you've been paying attention to this channel, you pretty much know how much I love Spider-Man. More specifically, the Sam Raimi Holy Trilogy starring none other than...
Pizza time.
Tobey Maguire. If you don't think that Tobey Maguire is objectively the best Spider-Man of all time, while I respect your opinion is garbage. It's a well-regarded fact that Spider-Man 2 is hands down the best superhero movie of all time, and up to 6 of the original movie, as well as exploring why Peter still carries on, even though when Spider-Man wins, Peter Parker still loses. Couple that with amazing CGI mixed with amazing practical effects that still hold up to this day, as well as the best action sequences of all time, and an amazing villain played by Alpha Melania, as well as spawning the best movie tie-in game ever. It's no surprise that Spider-Man fans still regard Spider-Man 2 as the standard for superhero sequel movies. It also spawned an amazing toy line, and as inevitable as a sequel was in the works, the toy line was just as eagerly sprung upon during the movie's release. But this was before Hasbro got their grubby little mitts on the licensing rights to make Spider-Man toys. No, those were still in the hands of a little-known company named Toy Biz, the creators of the Marvel Legends line and the sole holder of exclusive rights to create official Spider-Man movie merchandise. And just as Sam Raimi upped the ante for the sequel, Toy Biz upped the ante for their movie merchandise line. Entirely new molds casted for the Spider-Man figures. From the Super Poseable Spider-Man from Spider-Man 1 came the Ultra Poseable Spider-Man for Spider-Man 2. This time with actual moving shoulders, individually articulated fingers, and an actual moving torso. Then Toy Biz decided to have a boardroom meeting because they were missing something. Alright everyone, we need to figure out how to make this movie line truly special. I'm open to suggestions. Well, we could just sell for what we have. We could reuse assets from the previous line. I mean, we could make an 18-inch figure that has extreme posability. John, that's an amazing idea! You're getting a raise! And as a result, this big boy was born. Fun fact, the reason the box is labeled The Amazing Spider-Man is due to the fact that Spider-Man 2 was supposed to be called The Amazing Spider-Man. I guess that kind of worked out in the long run by not going for that, but imagine the Raimi trilogy actually subtitled to represent the stairs in Peter's life. Since Spider-Man 2 was going to be called The Amazing Spider-Man, what would Spider-Man 3 have been? The Spectacular Spider-Man? The Astounding Spider-Man? I don't know, but I do have a bit of a funny story regarding this figure. If you don't want to hear it, then skip to this time code. When I was in kindergarten, some kid brought this in for the show and tell. And me, being the jealous little Spider-Man fan I am, I fucking stole that shit. Now, you're probably expecting me to say I felt bad and returned it, but, no. I had it for all of a few hours before my aunt found it and made me return it to the kid. I'm not sure if he hated me for that, but if he happens to watch this video and remember the story, I kind of want to apologize to you. You didn't deserve that. And I mostly remember because their copy had missing digits on the hand and it was missing a toe. I know none of you probably wanted to know that, but hey, thanks for listening to my rambling before I get to the... Now on the surface, the painting and sculpting is just perfect. Now over time, some of the paint applications have worn off and yeah, there are some scuff marks on the figure, but nothing but a touch from a paintbrush easily could fix this, but I don't want to run the risk of my hands shaking like I have Parkinson's, so I'm going to have to wait on that. Compared to other figures, this one's details are just absolutely sugoi. The red, the blue, the webs, the figure perfectly encapsulates pretty much the Raimi suit brought to life once again in plastic plane. Yes, I know, I said that for the Ralph Tech Spider-Man 3, but shut the fuck up! The weapon is so defined on this figure, it even reaches the inside of some of the joints so the sculpt won't be broken. Although there is a bit of inaccuracy because one of the shoulders... Yeah, I don't know why they got lazy with that considering they put the time and effort with the torso. And these shoulders are going to be quite prominent when you put the figure in a basic vanilla standing pose. Another nitpick I want to point out that Spidey is way too jacked, even by the Raimi Spider-Man standards. What, is Peter Parker secretly a Joestar? Look at this man's fucking collarbone. Oh hey, another fun fact. Did you know that Raimi's Spider-Man made a brief appearance in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Specifically in Part 6. If Sony doesn't let David Production do a full body reveal, I will be extremely upset. Moving on, the detail on the blue parts of the suit is just a chef's kiss. The brick pattern being sculpted onto the figure is just peak toy design, as well as the spider emblems being completely accurate to the films. Yeah, some of the 6-inch figure kinda got the short end of the stick when it came to the spider logos, because they weren't exactly one-to-one with the movie design. Look no further than the Toy Biz Spider-Man 2 Ultra Poseable figure here. Hell, even the fucking video game model has this issue.
What the fuck?
But, for the most part, this figure, it's pretty damn accurate. Until you get to his fucking head. Yeah, this head's kinda cancer. Compared to the other figures and the actual fucking source material, it kinda lacks that in the accuracy department. The head is a really weird oval shape, and it kinda looks off-putting because it feels too slender. Also, the eyes are angled down a bit too much, and from the side profile, he looks a bit too flat. He's also missing that obvious nose bridge that some of the figures in Toy Biz Raimi figures are known for, which kinda makes his head look really alien. But even with those minor nitpicks, it's just a miracle to look at. He's a decently solid figure, but due to this figure being 18 years old, some of the joints have worn down a bit and have gotten a bit loose as well. Sometimes it can't even handle its own weight. But for the most part, the joints are still pretty fucking tight, as you'll see in the articulation segment. Oh boy, you're in for a treat on that one. Now, originally, this figure did come with a web shooter accessory and a few missiles that could fire. Yeah, I don't fucking have it.
You what?
Now, chill out, it's not that serious. Just because I don't have a simple accessory doesn't mean the figure is ruined. It's just that the accessory is just so insignificant, it's kinda nothing compared to what the actual figure can do. And what can the actual figure do, you ask? Well... Head we have a ball joint, butterfly joint, rotation. Arm will move out. Ball joint in the shoulder will also act as a swivel here. And as you can see right here, there's a bicep swivel here. Double bend at the elbow. Wrist swivel here. Hinge joint. And each hand has 15 articulation points, which means there are 3 points of articulation in each finger, which means you can curl it up into a fist whipping pose. And as usual with these types of fingers, the obvious joke. We got a diaphragm joint, which means we get a swivel here, side to side. Pretty good crunch, and a pretty decent arc. A swivel here. He can kick out this far. Really tight swivel here. Double bend at the knee. A shin swivel. Foot goes up. Down, double jointed toe bend, and we have a super hot ankle pivot. Oh my god, I think I gotta pass it over. Yeah, this guy has a shitload of posability. He can still hold a lot of poses, though I have mentioned before, his joints have worn down over time, and at times, can't handle his weight. But for what it's worth, he still has a lot of working ratchet joints, and I'm pretty sure some magic goop will be able to bring some of that stability back. As advertised on the box, this guy has 67 points of fucking articulation. I'm gonna be honest, they should have added 2 more points. It would have given us a very nice 69. Now I'm gonna do something new in this review, and that's gonna be asking the question of... So what would have actually made this figure better? Well, in all honesty, nothing. Maybe add some rotations in the finger joints so you can get that splayed wall crawling hand look, and changing his head sculpt to where his head doesn't look like a pill. Now someone did make a 3D printed head that's a lot more accurate thanks to the PS4 video game model, and it doesn't look too bad in my opinion. just make the paint on the red and silver webbing match the figure, and we're all good here. Now, if you hadn't noticed during the review, this guy is a really big boy. The box says that he's 18 inches, but I feel he may be slightly taller than that. And since I don't really have any figures in this scale, this size comparison feels like it's really unfair. But anyway, here he is dwarfing the Bandai Spider-Man 3 2-pack figures, the Sci-Fi Rival Tech Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 3 Venom, Spider-Man 1 Super Poseable Spider-Man, and last but not least, his little brother, the Spider-Man 2 Super Poseable Spider-Man. All in all, 10 out of fucking 10. I've never really seen an action figure pull off this kind of articulation. I've never actually seen anything like this figure. Once again, bang up job from the late great Toy Biz, and I'm glad I was able to get my hands on one. Now I know a lot of people watching this video are going to spam my comments section asking, oh, where can you get this figure? Where do you buy your figure from? I'm going to be honest with you. Considering this figure has been out of retail circulation for the past 18 years, you're going to have to Google it yourself. I will throw you guys a bone though. I found mine on— oh!
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You know what you need? You need some Sam Raimi Spider-Man figures. But where do you get them? You know, that asshole spider criminal gets them all the time. He must have a super secret store he goes to get them. Well, you'd be right. Introducing the Sam Raimi Spider-Man store. Located next to Piscaca Lake. Call the number below right now and you can get yourself a Sam Raimi Spider-Man figure absolutely free!
Warning, entering the store may cause erectile dysfunction. Please see your doctor before you visit.
What the fuck was that? This figure can be found up on resale sites like eBay, Mercari, or even OfferUp. I got lucky and found mine on OfferUp for like $45, including tax and shipping fee. But just because I was lucky doesn't mean you will be as fruitful in your searches as I was. Because I'm going to be honest, a lot of resellers aren't as generous as the one I had the pleasure of dealing with. Let's just say it's going to be very difficult to get your hands on an unopened copy without having to pay close to a small mortgage for it. Like, come on, bro. Seriously? $650 fucking dollars? This better be autographed by Tobey Maguire God himself. You know what I find funny? How much was this guy sold at for retail? This figure was originally $25!
Excuse me, what the fuck?
Holy fucking shit! I mean, I guess this explains why Toy Biz went under. These poor bastards were so generous, it made them go bankrupt. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's retrospective. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to subscribe. And if you made it this far into the video, comment pizza time so I know you actually watched the full video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment down below what part of the video is your favorite. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!